awaiting an update from the Pentagon later today as our Secretary of State says the U.S. response to the drone attack that killed 3 U.S. troops in Jordan could be multi-level and come in stages. You're watching Fox and Friends First here on a Tuesday morning. I'm Todd Byron.
And I'm Carly Shimkus. This comes as we learn the identities of the 3 Army soldiers killed in the attack. 2 of them were under 25 years old. Now, some are calling on the U.S. to send a direct message to Iran immediately. Brooke Singman is live with the details. Good morning, Brooke.
Yeah, guys, the Pentagon releasing the names of the 3 soldiers killed in that Iran-backed attack. We now know that they were all assigned to the 718th Engineer Company, an Army Reserve unit based in Georgia. Their names are Sergeant William Jerome Rivers of Carrollton, Georgia, Specialist Kennedy LaDon Sanders of Raycross, Georgia, and Specialist Brianna Alexandria Moffett of Savannah, Georgia. The State Department is set to hold a briefing this morning as the president faces growing calls to take action against Iran.
It sounded like the administration has ruled out strikes within Iran.
Jackie, I appreciate the question. I think you can understand. I hope you can understand. I'm not going to telegraph punches here. We are not looking for a war with Iran. We are not looking to escalate the tensions any more than they already have been escalating. In fact, everything we've done has been designed to try to de-escalate those tensions.
Is it that the administration ultimately does not hold Iran responsible for these attacks, or that the current level of risk and loss to U.S. troops is somehow acceptable?
I am not going to telegraph punches for the President of the United States. I'm not going to get ahead of his decision space and how he's going to respond. We'll respond appropriately.
A U.S. official has confirmed to Fox News that the Iran-backed drone that killed those 3 troops and injured more than 40 others was actually mistaken for a U.S. drone that was set to return to base at the same time. The White House is refusing to comment, but so far there have been at least 165 attacks on U.S. forces since October 17th. Florida Congressman Mike Waltz says we must respond strongly. Listen.
I'll remind everyone, the reason we have small numbers of special operators, drone operators, and others in the Middle East is they're still going after ISIS and keeping a boot on their neck so they don't hit us here. But you know, right now they're sitting ducks for Iran and their militias. Sean, it is a simple reversal of policy. You hit the IRGC operatives that are running around the Middle East, including Soleimani's successor. Number 2, you dry up the cash. Iran's received over $100 billion in oil sales, waivers, and hostage money since Biden has come in.
This marks the deadliest attack against U.S. forces in the Middle East since the Abbey Gate bombing during the final days of the Afghanistan withdrawal. Guys.
All right, Brooke Singman live for us. Brooke, thank you. Brett Velicovich is a former special operations intel analyst and drone expert, and he joins me now. Brett, the fact that this enemy drone approached the base at the same time a U.S. drone was scheduled to return, what do you make of that?
Well, that's a technology issue because it sounds like they mistook it for a U.S. drone, so they need to get a handle on that as soon as possible. But the reality is America has a capability to deter Iran and groups like Kataib Hezbollah so that it doesn't happen like this again. And we should start with it with strength, not just in our words, but in our actions. And frankly, the top of this administration doesn't seem to understand these terrorist groups very well. I mean, who at the government right now actually has real experience successfully combating these Iranian-backed groups before? Because I don't recognize anyone at the top of this administration who understands how to deal with them or went up against them in Iraq or Afghanistan. And I've said it time and time again, Iran is at war with us, and they've been aggressively activating their proxy groups globally to target Americans. And we don't seem to be at war with them or have any real cohesive campaign strategy to stop them other than to just say, hey, please don't do it. And that's not working. They keep getting away with it. And these recent drone strikes are the consequences of that weak foreign policy, and it's going to get worse. I mean, how many more U.S. soldiers need to die before this administration wakes up?
Well, it's a good question. And according to Politico, the Biden administration had only responded to 10% of the 160 attacks on U.S. soldiers in Iraq and Syria. And now the president is facing a big choice. What does he do to make sure that this doesn't escalate even further and stop? And Politico says among the options on the table for the Pentagon, striking Iranian personnel in Syria or Iraq or Iranian naval assets in the Persian Gulf, according to the the officials. The Iranian government, for its part, has suggested that a strike on Iran itself would be a red line. The officials suggested that once the president gave the go-ahead, the retaliation would likely begin in the next couple of days and come in waves against a range of targets. There are Republicans, Brett, who are saying that the Biden administration should strike inside Iran. It's looking like the Biden administration will choose a different option. What do you think about that?
Well, whatever we do, we have to reestablish deterrence. Iran's an evil that just can't exist in our world today. And I don't think airstrikes are good enough. I mean, they have it, they're use cases, but we've done it before, and they're not good enough in this case. They're a Band-Aid on the larger issue. Iran has proxy forces. We should use our proxy forces because we could probably do it better. Iran wants to play games with drones. We should unleash our drones. We have way better drone technology in our arsenal than they do, yet we don't use them. They collect dust in our military stockpiles. And so why aren't, Iran's oil fields right now on fire? They've done past strikes on our soldiers. Where's the deterrence? What's stopping them from doing it again? I think we definitely need a strategic global campaign to strike a lot of these Quds Force officers that are running around the world, creating turmoil, operating with impunity. They're setting up these global terrorist networks that are designed just specifically to target Americans. And so I think our response should be a combination of striking targets in Syria, striking targets in Iraq, in Iran, but also that's not simply good enough from the air. We need a campaign behind the scenes that unleashes our special operations guys, our intelligence officers, to prioritize striking these operatives moving around the world with impunity.
There is an Iranian spy ship in the Red Sea that's giving Houthis information on what ships to attack, and some are suggesting that taking that ship down would be a good place to start.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, because these lethal drone strikes are just going to continue. It's going to get worse and worse unless we do something, especially when it comes to the Houthis. I mean, I remember when these groups were just small groups operating out of huts, and we had a chance to actually do something about it years ago. Many U.S. soldiers know exactly how the Houthis started and that we had a chance to actually stop them before they became the organization that they are today. But again, it comes down to actually doing something instead of just talking and stopping this Iranian covert influence. Yeah,
and Brett, before we let you go, you mentioned that it was a technology failure, why this drone was allowed to enter near the base and then strike, eventually killing these 3 soldiers and wounding so many more. But could it also be that this Iranian-backed group had information on when our drone was supposed to return and, scheduling, and then it leads to questions, what else might they know about our troops in the Middle East?
Yeah, potentially. I mean, I think we have to get a lot more information about what exactly took place there. But regardless, we've seen their drones penetrate our defenses before. So it may not be good enough to just simply have a technology bubble around our military bases. We actually need to go on the offense and do something.
Brett, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for your insight. Have a great day.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.